Your life is not a straight line. It's not a neatly organized path. It is messy. It is colorful. It is unpredictable canvas. And the more you embrace every experience, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the richer that canvas becomes. Welcome back to the Achieve Your Apex podcast. My name is Chad Hyams, and today we're starting a brand new series, which is chapter 19 from my best-selling book, Achieve Your Apex, that you can get on Amazon, on Audible, by visiting achieveyourapex.com or going on Amazon and searching for it. This chapter, this session, wearing your trophies proudly. Now, before we talk about trophies, we need to talk about the canvas that is your life. Because if you think life should be clean, straightforward path towards success, you are going to have constant disappointment. Life is not a straight line. It's messy, it's colorful, and it's unpredictable, which is what makes it a beautiful work of art. Okay? The more you embrace every experience, the richer this canvas will become. So let's get to this. Life is a messy masterpiece. And here's the thing, we all have different kinds of art that we like. And I want you to understand you are about to paint a beautiful picture that we know you're going to love when you get the chance to frame it and look back at it later. Okay? Sometimes we don't even realize that we have the belief that life should be neat, organized, and smooth. We picture a straight line for it. We set a goal, we work hard, we achieve goal. Repeat. That's it. It's not how it works. Not even close, and you know it if you take a moment and stop and look at it. Real life is much more like a gigantic finger painting, right? Not just a nice painting. No, this is one of those finger paintings your kid did for you that's hanging on your fridge that everybody looks at and goes, ugh, and you love. Okay? Life is messy. Life is chaotic. You splash through different experiences of life. Some are joyful. Some are painful. Some are confusing. And they will leave their mark on you. You grow up believing you'll be a doctor, and then you fall in love with marketing at some point. You get hired at a job that you love, and then you get laid off unexpectedly. How about you think some relationship is forever, and then you get the message that they're filing for divorce? Okay? Every splash, every color, every experience adds to your beautiful painting. Here's the key. The value of the painting does not come from how neat and clean and perfect it is like a photo. No, it comes from how complete it is and the realness we feel looking upon it. Okay, I want you to be careful of labeling things because this is where people get stuck. They label their experiences as good or bad. Okay, I talk about this in my ebook, Flip the Coin, which you can also find on Amazon, and I will be bringing you pieces of that book in future episodes. I want you to watch out for the label of bad and good because a promotion, well, it's probably good, right? A layoff, it's probably bad, right? Winning an award, good, right? Your business failed, bad, right? We put these labels on us. Those labels are wrong. Because even the bad, as I put air quotes around it, if you're just listening to this episode, not watching me on YouTube, the bad experiences are just part of that masterpiece. Psychology, they refer to this as cognitive labeling. Okay, we take a situation and immediately assign a value of positive or negative. The reality is the experience itself is neutral. The meaning you give it is what really matters. Stop. Think about that again for a second. Reality is the experience itself is neutral. It's the meaning you give it that makes it what matters. Okay? We take a situation and we assign that value of positive or negative. And we have to stop doing it. A study that was done by Dr. Richard Wiseman at the University of Herefordshire, yeah, we went looking for this one, right? Found that people who consider themselves lucky tend to reframe difficult experiences as valuable lessons. They don't label setbacks as failures, they see them as feedback. That's it. They're taking that neutral experience and just labeling it different than other people. Okay, they lost a job. They're not saying that's bad. They're saying it's a chance to start something new. They had a relationship end. They're not saying that's necessarily bad. They're saying it's an opportunity to redefine themselves. A financial mistake in their life? Yeah, it might be an expensive lesson, yet it's still just a lesson that they learned. I have been blessed for all of those and having that outlook at them. Because every experience is a step in your masterpiece of creation. Okay. Let me share a story from the book. 3 different experiences. 1, a plaque for being salesperson of the month. That's the classic achievement, right? A most improved crest in 7th grade. It's a reminder of struggles and progress that happened. And a dent that I put in my dad's car, which was a mistake that came with a lesson about honesty. On the surface, 1 is positive, right? A plaque for being salesperson of the month. 1's a little embarrassing, being most improved, because that means I stunk and had to improve. Okay. And the 3rd feels like a failure, putting a dent in my dad's car. What if they're all the same and I did not immediately label them? What if I said, wait, these are all rewards. These are all trophies that I'm going to have, because the value that I get to put on them is in the label I put on it. So what if I say that plaque is a recognition of skill? That crest showed progress, not that I stunk and got better, just showed progress happens in my world. And the dent, well, that wasn't a lesson in accountability and trust that I was able to tell my dad and have the trust and honesty that came to it and have accountability, right? 3 different colors, 3 different splashes that I get to finger paint into the canvas that I am creating. And it all comes together. So here's the challenge I want to give you. I want you to stop labeling things as good and bad. I want you to say, what color does this add to my canvas? I want you to say, what lesson has this splash of paint taught me? I want you to say, how can this mark on the canvas make my life richer? Okay, maybe that heartbreak you went through was really just a bright red streak going across the canvas. Maybe that layoff was a dark gray color because it wasn't a good feeling at the moment, yet it forced you to repaint part of the canvas later. Okay, maybe the failure you keep trying to forget happened. It's this brilliant pop of orange on there because it gives you courage to start again and again and again. Every experience is just a splash of paint on the canvas you're creating. John William Gardner said this: life is the art of drawing without an eraser. You don't get to erase any of your experiences. You don't need to. They are part of the masterpiece you're creating. Take a piece of paper right now. Draw a canvas, right? Label or list 3 that you've labeled bad experiences. And then for each one, ask these questions. What did I learn from it? How did it make me stronger? And what color am I going to make this as part of my canvas? Keep the paper somewhere that you see it. Keep adding to it. Keep thinking about it again and again and again. Folks, your life is this canvas. Your experiences are those colors. Stop attempting to paint a perfect picture. Okay? Paint an honest one. Until our next episode, keep climbing.